Hello, hello. This is Samara, your feminist alchemist. Welcome to your North Node update for October 2022. This will go from mid-October to mid-November, or 30 days from whenever you encounter this video. Just a reminder that these are general readings, so not all the messages will resonate with everybody. Just take what strikes a chord with you and leave the rest behind for whoever else needs to hear that message at this time. If you are feeling these readings, you can give it a like, a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe so that I can better connect with your energy when I'm doing these readings. And then click the notification bell so that you know when I upload. For this North Node session, I asked the Council of Earth what we should be focusing on right now, and their answer was relationships. Doesn't matter what type of relationship, we should really be looking at all of them because relationships do serve as a mirror for what's going on inside of us for our own vibration. So these can be family relationships, romantic, friendships, or work colleagues. And they said that relationships do tell us a lot about ourselves and about what our souls came here to do, what ultimately we came here to learn. Many of life's lessons that are yet unlearned can be identified through common threads in our various relationships. And so you can learn about yourself in the next 30 days by stepping back and taking an objective look at your relationships and seeing bigger pictures and bigger patterns in your life. So with that, all the signs are time-stamped. Anyway, I had to get it out that way because my mouth wanted to say it that way. All the signs are time-stamped below, and I invite you to check out your North Node placement. If you do not know where your North Node is located, there is a chart located on my website. The link is in the description box. And you could also run your birth chart, which I've also provided a link for. Here we go. Hello, Aries North Node. Welcome to your update for the next 30 days, starting sometime in October 2022. I'm doing this kind of mid-month, so they say 30 days is just fine for this update. So whenever you encounter it, you could take about 30 days from then. I'm going to pull a relationship card for you. Oh, there's more than one. Okay. So we have sensuality. The frequency of sensuality reminds us that as spirits in human bodies, we are sensual beings experiencing joy and pleasure from the physical world through our senses. And then you also have the first chakra. The energy of the root chakra supports our sense of safety in a physical world and reminds us to enjoy our physical bodies. So, yes, the first thing that they would like you to look at in your relationships is, I'm getting your relationship to yourself and your own sexuality and sensuality. And it has been coming up for me in the past while that sensuality and sexuality don't actually have to have anything to do with one another. Sensuality is just about experiencing the world through your senses and it creating, euphoria and joy and pleasure, which could also be like, walking down the street and when you smell like a great smell from a bakery, for example. And they're asking you to use your senses to get more in touch with your body at this time in the next 30 days, to ground yourself in your physical body more and have more of a pleasant relationship with your physical body and your physical senses. So we have the Five of Fire in reverse, the King of Fire. Wait a minute. Yeah, King of Fire in the upright. Yes. And I'm not going to take that one. I'm going to take this one for some reason. Yeah, the one underneath it. And we have the Four of Earth in reverse. Now I can't remember if the Four of Earth came up in your reading, your 3-month reading. I'd have to go back and check that out. But I have from the Five of Fire in reverse that comparing yourself to other people is not helping you in any way right now. It's very important for you to stop comparing yourself to others in any respect. But I'm really getting from the first chakra and sensuality and the fire and earth element combination that it has to do with your body, physical abilities, aging. So when I say body, they want me to expand on that so that you understand. It doesn't mean that, you are in a state where, you're unhappy in your physical form and you compare yourself to, TV stars and such and feel inferior. That may come up for some of you, but it's the general, even comparing yourself to your younger self. And just the whole phenomenon that we as humans tend to have, that we notice our ailments. My neck hurts, my back hurts, I grow hair in this place where I don't want to grow hair. I don't know why they gave me that example. But we tend to always focus on the things that we don't want about our physical form rather than appreciating all that our physical form does do for us. And this is for you, Aries North Node. There's a lot of fire. All of this to me feels very fire. I know the first chakra can be the earth element as well, but it has this, has a vitality to it here. So I feel that there is that you would do well in the next 30 days with addressing your vitality, how you feel in your body, how you feel about your body, and then taking very deliberate action towards what it is you want, and that can be 10 minutes a day of physical activity. That can be looking up something like a supplement or herb that works well for your hair or your skin. It could be something about, reducing your reliance on coffee for energy throughout the day. So, because the Four of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like you're efforting in the wrong places. You're putting in your effort in. It's like you're spinning your wheels. And if you're getting down on yourself for not being able to make certain changes in your life, whether they're physical, emotional, material, it's because you need a different perspective. You need to focus your energy on yourself first and focus your energy on your own vitality and your own lust for life. Then, the change has to start there. This is what they are telling me. And I will grab messages from your guides here to see what else they have to say about that. So I know there were you got Be Yourself. A lot of topics came up in your 3-month reading. So this is for sure for those of you who did press subscribe so that I can make sure that this message is getting to you. or applies to you. But these messages tend to have very broad strokes because, yeah, they are applicable in different ways to different of you in this Aries North Node collective. Ask for guidance. I'm not sure how many cards are going to come here. Express your feelings. Understand your body. Well, that's basically the underlying message of the whole thing. And and okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we have 8, but these cards are nice and simple to read. So, yeah, 8. So what came next? Calm is not a weakness. I'm going to do it this way. Okay, just give me a second. I will rearrange this. All right, magic. Okay, next we have calm is not a weakness. Let go of ego. Worry is a wasted emotion, and your beliefs are right for you. So there is a need to tap into your intuition also as your intuition plays itself out through your senses and in your body. I'm getting quite a few things from here. Speak your truth because it's your truth, and don't worry about how anyone else feels about that. Also, it's a good time to not bother to get into any penis measuring matches with people, whether you have one or not. And also not with yourself. Don't force yourself, overly discipline yourself, be overly critical of yourself, and judge yourself. That's also what they're asking you to let go of, judging yourself. And anything that has to do with your body and its needs, its responses to things. Yeah. I'm getting for someone, if someone is not able to pleasure you, I'm getting it from this card here. If someone is not able to pleasure you, it's not your fault that they have a different style than you. So you either have to speak up, understand your body. If they're asking you to be like more, let's say, kinky, for lack of a better term, or to engage in acts that you're not comfortable with in the sexual romantic realm, then that's okay. And you should feel comfortable expressing yourself. And if that person makes you feel bad about it, then you should strongly consider not allowing this person into your intimate space. I'm just going to pull a final crystal for you to see what crystal may help you at this time, or messages from a certain crystal that kind of apply to you in the next 30 days. We have Diopside, Mother Earth. So you can look up this crystal and read about it and see its properties and what it works on to understand better why it came up in your reading. You can purchase one, but you don't have to. What I'm getting is understand you should be grounding yourself often and respecting your body fully for its uniqueness and not caring about what anyone else has to say about that. I feel like there's a big They say there's nothing else for me to say, so I won't say anything else. So I hope that resonated with you, and check back again in about a month's time for a little update to help you through the month of November. And yeah, until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now. Hello, Libra North Node. Welcome to your October update, which will be valid for 30 days from whenever you see this video. Let's say like mid-October to mid-November. But yeah, 30 days from whenever you see this is what I've asked for. So Libra North Node. Let's see what relationship dynamics you are. Okay, one was a slip. These two were a slip. And oh, you got a bunch of cards. Okay. We have Divine Masculine, 4th chakra, and kindness. So I can get these all up here. So Divine Masculine, the frequency of the Divine Masculine supports our active, focused, and strong side, facilitating our capacity to transform our dreams into form. The energy of the heart chakra supports our inner guidance system, which is governed by our heart, and the capacity to love deeply. And the energy of kindness reminds us to be considerate and wise in our interactions with others and ourselves, and to find the root of our love through our connection to Source. So what I'm getting is that, to be a leader, you don't have to be an ass or be aggressive, right? That's the first thing that came to me. So often in the way that the masculine has been defined for us through the past and patriarchy, this has also done a disservice to men, people who identify as the male gender, because kindness is not necessarily seen as a strength. And, it's almost expected that there's a kind of a jerkiness, there's kind of a, lying, deceiving, get one over on somebody. These are all things that come from this very toxic, masculine, competitive environment. And you're being asked to operate more from your heart space. In all of your interactions. You may also be just mean to yourself as well. Now, if that meanness does not apply to you, well, I'm not getting anything else. I'm getting it's either how you are with other people or how you are with yourself. So in terms of when you're trying to achieve something, you may all of a sudden, you may be the nicest, sweetest person on one hand, and to other people, and give them lots of second chances and say, oh, you did a good job, you'll do better next time. And you may be a complete hard ass with yourself when it comes to accepting your failures, learning from your failures, and how you talk to yourself about them. So this either has to do with kindness to others, kindness to yourself, or both. You have the crone in reverse. You have the 5 of fire. And you have the 2 of water. And in this, with these additional cards here with the tarot, I'm feeling that there's a good amount of you in this group, Libra North Node, that it's the kindness towards yourself that really needs working on, especially when it comes to things, you and how you talk to yourself and how you approach achieving and how you view your failures in the past. The crone in reverse is telling me that there's a lack of kind of a wise, nurturing energy. In the Five of Fire, conflict and competition, and the Two of Cups feels like recognizing yourself fully for who you are and loving that fullness. So your divine masculine should be tempered by a nurturing energy, a nurturing and motivating energy. So this is advice both for yourself and if you are in a leadership role. Your masculine energy needs to be tempered by a nurturing, motherly energy, divine feminine energy, and one that is the crone, wiser and somewhat older, mature, let's say mature. A mature divine feminine energy is required to balance your masculine. So the mature divine feminine has boundaries. People are also scared of, how can I put it? She is a disciplinary, right? Disciplinarian. She is an authority figure, but it's just a different energy than, obviously different than a toxic masculine energy, right? Here you want divine masculine. How do we get that divine masculine? Let's add some mature divine feminine energy in there. So I feel some of you are competing for something that doesn't even really mean that much to you, just for the sake of competing. Because when I came to this card, it was asking, like, in your heart, do you really want this? Like, do you even want what you're fighting for? Is the question at hand. And if you don't want what you're fighting for, and people kind of make fun of you because they want to make you feel small for dropping out of the competition, or like it, you need to embrace whatever it is you feel as your heart's truth. Be considerate of yourself. And that also means, like, you can be kind to other people, not for their sake, but for your own sake, right? The messages from your guides, we have live your bliss. See how many cards come out today. Make each day count. Choose love over fear. Okay. Follow the golden rule. And I think one more. Feel joy in all you do and know your truth. Okay, so basically, first off, they're saying that if you are being aggressive with yourself or with other people, it's also because you're not happy with what you're doing and with where you are. So you should, sorry about that, you should really tap into your heart chakra and ask yourself, am I doing this because I love it, because it's my passion, because I feel passionate about this in some way, or am I just afraid of losing something, losing face, losing money, losing something? Follow the golden rule. Treat others as you want to be treated. And I'm getting a strong in this corner here that if you're staying in a situation because You don't want to appear the loser. You may have to step away from it, whether it's whatever type of relationship this is. You may have to step away from it and just know your truth, like know why you're leaving, even if someone says that you're leaving because, even if you know that those certain group of people that you're dealing with or that job is going to say that it's because, they're going to make up their own reason that doesn't necessarily make you look good. That's something that you have to trust the universe, that even if that happens, you are, able to you'll move on to bigger and better things, and those things won't affect you. So I pulled a crystal for you that either you can look up the meaning of to see how its energy works in our world, or you can also visit your local crystal shop and grab it, but that's not necessary to work with its energy. Your crystal is chrysotile, and it works with animals. I may have to look up exactly this one. So I just did a little quick skim of the meaning in the guidebook, and so the line that they led me to was spirit animals. So pay attention to your dreams and pay attention to kind of what animals are hanging about you, if they're hanging about you in person, or which ones come up in conversation often or come up in your dreams. There is something for you to learn from a certain animal. It will be different for each of you. And you can also, beyond observing, you can ask which animal has a lesson for you and see where it comes up for you in your waking or not so awake life. All right, Libra North Node, I hope that resonated with you. I will see you again in about a month's time. And until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now. Hello, Taurus North Node. Welcome to your update for October 2022. This reading will go for the next 30 days. So let's say from mid-October to mid-November. Or you can approximate from 30 days from whenever you see this video. I'm going to pull a couple relationship cards for you. Taurus North Node. Do they want one or two? You're getting two. Okay, so your first card is the first chakra. The energy of the root chakra supports our sense of safety in a physical world and reminds us to enjoy our physical bodies. And then transparency. The energy of transparency supports our expansion toward a higher vibrational state of being with more insight, honesty, and clarity. So I have that for some of you. You have done some spiritual work that is not quite grounded into your everyday reality. And I have that some of you also may be shying away from telling your friends, family, loved ones, even your partner, perhaps. I'm just doing an adjustment there. That you have, your belief system has changed, or your way of looking at the world has changed. So they're giving me some very concrete examples. Someone wants to become a vegan, but is surrounded by people who think that vegans are super political and are hippies, or have just negative things to say about vegetarianism and veganism. But you feel your body calling for it. So some of you out there have a call from that's very strong from your first chakra, a call from your body that is not quite grounded into your physical reality yet. Mostly because you have not fully admitted it to others and fully admitted it to yourself even. Okay, we have all of the cards in reverse, and how would you like to do this? No, they want here. So then we have Destiny. Sorry, lots of shaking going on. We have Destiny in reverse, and we have the Six of Earth in reverse. Okay, so, I mean, let's just point out the obvious. You have two major arcana already, so this is a relatively big change that is seeking to root itself in your life. I almost don't want to say more yet. It's very strange. I feel like I want to already go to the next deck, because it's just... Okay, yeah, I can do a quick overview. So the Youth in reverse, going about something in a new way, pursuing a new path. You've learned something theoretically, now putting it into practice, and putting it into practice is kind of a shaky process. Destiny in reverse, feel like you know that you have to do this, make this change, but there's something holding you back, most likely your own worries about how that will affect your relationships. Because remember, this whole theme for these readings is relationships this month. And the Six of Earth in reverse is kind of telling me that you are, like, it's slowly draining you and slowly putting you off balance, because this change is a major change. Take it as you wish. It has something to do with your body. It has something to do with your body, your physical vessel, and your physical reality. It could be something that feels very simple to you, even like just the fact that you, let's say, acknowledge and understand yourself as a multidimensional being. And your circle of friends, friend group, your job and such, everybody is very 3D focused, watches quite a bit of television, is not really inquisitive, doesn't question things that they hear or read, is not engaged in self-development, self-awareness and self-development. So although it may seem like a little thing, like, hey, yeah, I watch YouTube and I believe I'm a multidimensional being and I believe in divination. It's a little thing, but it's a big thing for you to really embrace that if that is new to you. So do a little inventory of some of the beliefs that are new to you, that beliefs and ways of being that are new to you, that you may not yet realize how significant they are in building the rest of your life, or in how you create your reality, because that's essentially what these things are about. Once you embody a belief, you change your vibration, and you change what... There you go. See, your first card, thoughts create your reality. Yeah, you're changing basically the whole landscape in which you create when you stop believing one thing and start believing something else. Kindness counts. So there's something about sharing, if people are at a different place in their evolution, and don't see the world as you see it, you can still be kind to them. Whether the friendship and relationship is still going to continue, who knows? Whether they think that you are, whether they judge you about it is not necessarily what the divine wants you to concern yourself with at this point. They want you to ground this new way of being into your life. They want you to understand your body, understand your intuition. I'm really getting strongly like that something about food, beauty ideals could also be another thing. It could be that they're just giving me so many examples. If you used to do chemical treatments to your hair and you decided to let it go natural or go gray. Set your intentions. I think I'm going to get 3 more. I'm going to take that one. You are never alone. Interesting. Yeah, don't be afraid of losing friends. Yeah, see, I said don't be afraid of losing friends. Release toxic relationships. And patience is a virtue. So don't underestimate the changes that have been taking place in your life, even the smallest beliefs, because even our smallest actions tell a lot about how we believe the world to be. You know, if they're pointing me back to my example of like letting your hair go gray. Now you may be dyeing your hair for fashion, right? But if you're hiding gray, what does that say about how you feel about getting older and about beauty when you're older and vitality when you're older? They want you to understand your beliefs around your body, whatever that may be. They want you to understand your beliefs, period. And for the changes that are coming up, they would like you to set your intentions of, how do you want to see your life evolve? And if that means that some people are going to leave you, know that you are never alone. You're being guided on this process of understanding your world differently. And yes, you'll have some toxic relationships that will have to go out the window. Patience is a virtue. There may be a time that you're in an in-between. You have one foot in your old relationships and one foot out there searching for the next, for your soul tribe, right? For the next people who you feel at home with. But they will come, but they'll only come if you are transparent about who you are and vibrate at the higher vibrational state of being that you have developed over the past, they're telling me, 18 months. But the last couple months, there's been like everything is more noticeable. And things that don't sit well with you or are not a vibrational match for you are more apparent. And so it's becoming more urgent in your spirit to do something about it. Set your intentions that everything is going to work out in your best interest, because thoughts create your reality. And I'll leave it there. Taurus North Node. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you again in about 30 days. So until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now. I'm back, Taurus North Node. I forgot to give you a crystal, and it flew out right away, thankfully. Dioptase, heart healing. So you can look up this crystal's properties. You can purchase this crystal if you are so inclined, but you don't have to work with this energy. Heart healing. May have been, I feel that there's been some disappointment in your relationships because people are so quick to judge, and they may not be judging you directly, but there's something about the changes you've made that puts you in a category of people, quote unquote, that they already judge. And so there may be some lingering disappointment. There are also memories of being judged for being different. So if you can Google like dioptase properties, dioptase crystal properties, dioptase crystal benefits, and it will tell you all about how its energy works and what it's here for. And then you can see in that, how this crystal applies to this particular phase of your journey. Hello, Scorpio North Node. Welcome to your update for October 2022. This reading will be good for the next 30 days whenever you come across this video. I'm doing this video on October 10th, so kind of looking at mid-October to mid-November generally. So, one of your cards just went flying. We have connection. The frequency of connection supports our ability to find alignment and resonance with others, things, and ideas. These are your relationship cards that I'm pulling. And we have card 24, Grace. The frequency of grace supports our smooth adaptation and anticipation of life's currents and changes as we evolve toward a higher version of ourselves on this earthly plane, bridging the divine with the human essence. So, what is coming up for you to look at in your relationships, Scorpio North Node, is just how much you feel connected to people or separate from them. It also changes the way you treat people when you see yourselves and them as, part of the same. And this is what your soul is calling you to do right now. Why? I feel that your divine self wants to be more grounded in your physical or in the earthly plane. And I feel that some of you may have the tendency to be in your spiritual divine self, or be aware of your spiritual divine self and kind of look down on people who are not quite there yet. And this may come from the fact that they may be challenging you on some of the of your beliefs or your way of being as your awareness expands to understand yourself more as a multidimensional being, as a soul in a human form, and as a spark of the divine. So you understanding yourself differently may be... Oh, one moment. I was totally micless for a second there, so I hope you could hear the first part. But you may have been feeling challenges or challenged, and that you need to defend your newfound understanding of yourself and beliefs. And you're being guided to still find resonance with people who believe things differently than you, and understand them as a necessary part of the fabric, our collective fabric, and to treat them with grace and let them be on the path where they are. So we have these six of Earth, the Scribe in reverse, and Integrity in reverse. Well, 6 here is a number of balance, and I'm feeling that there is some challenges in reaping what you sow out of relationships. And there could be that because you're not actually aware of how you're making other people feel. I'm getting an energy of sometimes your assuredness may come across as arrogance, even if you don't mean it that way. And there is the very real phenomenon that people with a certain energy just rub other people the wrong way. And it's not anything that you need to take personally. You are still meant to be here to be who you are, even if you rub people the wrong way. Right? And the Scribe in reverse feels to me that you are meant to be sharing some of your experiences with people. And you are meant to write your own future, to write your own story, to be the author of your own story. There's things holding you back from that, which I feel is, this need to understand that you can be different and the same, unique and belong all at the same time. Yes. And remember, as a Scorpio North Node, you're supposed to, or your soul would like to learn into, lean into, I think learn came out for a reason, learn more about the mysteries of the universe and lean more into the intangible and the mysteries than the material and the concrete, right? Integrity in reverse is telling me that they're saying you may not be an expert yet, but that doesn't make what you know or what you feel any less valid or true. So there's a need to also kind of be graceful with yourself and not push yourself to know more or be more of an expert than you are at the current moment. Let's get some messages from the guides, because I feel that that's going to be really helpful. Be yourself. Live your bliss. Death is an illusion. That's an interesting one that came out there. I'm feeling that it's ego death here. Okay, learn from your mistakes. Let go of ego. How many more are we going to take? 2 more. Have an attitude of gratitude and forgive yourself. So what does that all add up to, Scorpio North Node? I feel there's something about putting yourself out there because, like, you feel that you've embarrassed yourself at some point in the past. And so or someone actually, you trusted someone that you shouldn't have trusted. And they ended up like making fun of you or embarrassing you or putting you in an uncomfortable situation that was judgmental. I'm feeling an energy of judgmentalism in the people that you associate with. I feel that these people are on their way out, but it's still, you also have to start defining yourself differently and not carrying the fear of judgment in your vibration. Death is an illusion, and let go of ego kind of go together in this respect, because when we hold very fixed ideas of who we are and how we're supposed to be, when those things change, we feel like, okay, well, how do I go on from here? I don't know myself anymore. But this is what grace has for you. Like, the gift that grace can give you is to allow for change, because change is natural, and allow for your relationships to change as well. Don't hold, as much as you don't want to be held to old definitions of yourself, you also have to give that to others. The attitude of gratitude. See, gratitude is coming out again in the crystal that has come out for you, which is Hiddenite. Learning from your mistakes. Everything up until now, they want you to look at can you look at it through a lens of it all being for your benefit in one way or another? Now, that doesn't mean that you have to like what happened or, what's the word I'm looking for? Justify what happened, but be grateful for the lesson as it comes and forgive yourself for whatever you perceived as What's down here? Integrity. Oh, anytime that you did something, said something that you knew was not in alignment with your authentic self. That is, they want you to look at your relationships and see like where conflict actually happened because you weren't really actually showing your true self. Or where you didn't get out of the relationship what it was that you wanted because you weren't expressing your needs and your authentic self. Is there something else there? No, that is it. That is it. All right. Scorpio North Node, I will be back in about a month's time to give you another short update. Until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now. Hello, Gemini North Node. Welcome to your update for October. It's from about mid-October to mid-November or the next 30 days, whichever comes first for you. So I'm going to pull a couple relationship cards for you. Gemini North Node. Gemini. Multidimensionality. The frequency of multidimensionality activates our awareness of our true essence, which is eternal and multidimensional. And romantic love. The frequency of romantic love supports our experience to know ourselves through the reflection of a conscious lover. So, from these two cards here, I'm getting that you will learn a lot in the next month if you look at the different roles that you play in different relationships. Your last romantic relationship also has a lot to teach you. And they're saying that we're not talking about, if you are in a romantic relationship right now, we're not talking about your current romantic relationship. We're talking about past romantic relationships leading up to this one. Or if you're not in one, fine. It seems that you show different aspects of yourself to different people, and that could have happened throughout your romantic relationships, as if you had all of your past partners in a room, they would all say very different things about you and have experienced you in very different ways. This is not a negative thing. It's just something to be aware of, and we'll see what they have to say when I pull the tarot of how this should be approached or what this has to do with your development at this time. So we have the 10 of air in reverse. We have a lot of reverse today. Am I just holding it upside down? That's one thing to check. We have the 7 of fire in reverse. It's fire. Oh. This one, or one was a slip and one was a flip, or do you want both? Both. Okay. 9 of Pentacles, or sorry, 9 of Earth in reverse, and the and 6 of air. Okie dokie. So what do we have here? You're reaching a very significant point in your life in this chapter of understanding yourself. It's like you're between the last chapter and the next chapter. And if you want to understand yourself, you actually need to start asking your higher self, the divine, however you communicate with them, whether it's a guardian angel, whether you attend church, or if you channel, or if you meditate, or if you just journal, right? Just also writing the question, like, what do I need to learn at this time? These are it will show up if you're paying attention. It will show up in your day-to-day life. I feel you have a very high frequency lesson coming in, but because it's in reverse, I feel like there's two issues that can be happening. You can be escaping too much to the higher realms in an attempt to not deal with your day-to-day, or you're not asking them at the moment. The Seven of Fire in reverse, I'll try to tie that in. I feel like I left it a bit hanging, but I'm just going to keep going for the sake of letting my thoughts go. You are a very unique being. I just have a feeling that you have not yet discovered who you are as a unique being, and it's time that you do. And some of what you need to really know about yourself is exactly why you have to go back and look at your romantic relationships. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse is like you don't necessarily trust in your own abilities to create this awesome future for yourself, or you may believe that you have planted seeds, like planted duds or things that are not worth growing. So your sense of self needs strengthening. Your understanding of yourself needs strengthening. Because the Six of Swords, or the Six of Air, rather, moving forward, I feel is, you see, she has her dark side and her shadow side, her shadow side and her light side, and in the middle, even her wand is both shadow and light. And in the middle is all the colors of the rainbow through her chakra column. And so you need to embrace everything positive or negative about yourself. And when I say that, it's either you view it as that or someone else has told you it was positive or negative in your past relationships. And it's also to understand that everyone's entitled to their opinion. Just because one of your traits may have rubbed someone else the wrong way does not mean that it's a negative trait. That's one thing that they want to say. I feel like this relationship, like there's some things about yourself that you believe that are not necessarily true, or not as negative as you make them out to be, and that is kind of affecting your romantic relationships. Your first message from the guides, be of service. Gemini North Node, what do they need to know? Give without expectation. Which one comes first? Let's do this one. Focus on the positive. Love is your energy. They want that one up there. Love is your energy. I usually take about 7, so we'll see. Have an attitude of gratitude. Like attracts like. I don't know which one wants to come out. Do you want to come out? No. Okay. Don't relinquish your power. All right, so what I have here for you, Gemini North Node, is if you are a very kind person in relationships, you do not have to become... having boundaries does not mean that you're insensitive to people or aggressive towards people, right? you can be the loving energy that you are. You seem to be a more sensitive soul, those of you who are connecting with this reading. But you may have people constantly telling you that things didn't work out because of you. And this, look at your other relationships to see how they also affect your romantic relationships and vice versa. Actually, no, not vice versa. You can go back to romantic and then from romantic, go back to wherever that belief started. Attitude of gratitude, likes attracts like, and don't relinquish your power. If you called certain relationships in that were difficult, they were there for you to learn from them and resist the urge to make yourself the victim in the situation, which most of us do. So like, don't get down on yourself about that part either. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to pull a final crystal for you. See what crystal wisdom there is for you. We have Cuprite, rites of passage. Okay, so you may want to look up, you can just Google Cuprite crystal properties, and it will tell you all about the energies of the crystal, what chakras it works on. It's just a longer, for each of you, it will resonate differently. So that's why they've asked me to ask you to do that homework if you so desire. And if this is resonating with you. Rites of passage is telling me that you have been through a bunch of stuff, and I'm going to show you that multidimensional and Cuprite are both purple. So high level soul lessons through your, especially romantic relationships. This can come to an end if you do the work of understanding what the lesson is. Yes, that's it, Gemini North Node. So I will see you again in about 30 days' time. Until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now. Hello, Sagittarius North Node. Welcome to your update for October 2022. This goes from mid-October to mid-November approximately, or 30 days from whenever you see this video. So let's see what your relationship cards are today. We have freedom. The energy of freedom supports our sense of limitless possibility and potential, boundless expression, and bold exploration. And reflection. The energy of reflection supports our growth through the insights we get from the contemplations of self and others. So, relationship-wise, Sagittarius North Node, you're being asked to reflect on how you express your freedom in relationships. Now, these don't have to be romantic relationships. They can be family, they can be business, but we all have a way of how we assert our sovereignty, how we assert our, I'm an independent person and I can do what I want, or, some of us say it very bluntly. Some of us do passive aggressive things to, kind of make people feel unable to control us, right? This may or may not have worked in your favor in the past. I'm going straight to the tarot because it kind of all flows together. Wow, you have 2 dragons, 2 aces. So you have the ace of water and the ace of earth. And then the maiden in reverse. Ooh. So I see a lot of potential in turning the page emotionally and turning the page on your material life or your fortune. However, the Maiden in reverse is kind of, don't be naive with your opportunities to heal and to move forward. When I say don't be naive with your opportunities, don't expect that people owe you anything, first and foremost. Don't expect that the universe owes you anything. And I feel like I just need to keep shuffling the next deck to really feel where this energy is going. Follow the golden rule. Oh, thoughts create your reality. I'm getting, watch out for being arrogant, especially like if your fortune is changing, then watch out for being arrogant and feeling the need to rub things in other people's faces. I don't know why that's coming out, but then I have love is your energy and have an attitude of gratitude. If friendships, business relationships, romantic relationships didn't work out, you may want to show that person, those people, like how well you're doing now, but they're saying it's going to be a waste of your energy to do so. It's more important for you to make each day count. And invest your energies more in building. Learn from your mistakes. I feel that you have like a real, and lead by example. You have a chance to, and then at the bottom of the deck you have accept struggles as lessons. So you have a chance to turn your fortune. However, do not sour it by becoming, what's the word I'm looking for? What word are you asking me for? Vengeful. Becoming vengeful and, needing to say I told you so or show I told you so, don't be petty, right, about things. Because right now you have a lot of freedom to create the life that you want and to have the people in your life that you want. But you can't go about this new chapter the way that you were going about the past, right? I'm going to pull a crystal to see. We got two crystals here. We have Herkimer Diamond, Dreams, and Tiger's Eye, Courage. So you can look up either of these, either or both of these crystals and just read about their properties. You just type in, Tiger's Eye crystal properties and it'll tell you what chakra it's for and body parts, and it's going to resonate different for each of you. So I encourage you to look them up yourself and just see what each of these crystals has to teach you energetically. But I will say, dream and dream big. don't settle for, people whose vibration doesn't match you because you think that that's just how people are. That's not good enough for you anymore. And you do need to have the courage to start making those choices without having any validation from that person or those people. They may not think highly of you, and they may continue not to think highly of you, but it's going to be a waste of really great potential if you focus your mind in that direction. So that's also part of the courage here. It's about dreams and Herkimer Diamond. I also feel like taking the high road and seeing the bigger picture, and courage is about standing in that energy in the face of people who are not necessarily ready to see your actions as, this just high vibe. Love is your energy and lead by example. Right. All right. Sagittarius North Node. Whew, that all came fast and hot through me. So I wish you all the best. I will see you again in 3 months' time. Until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now. Hello, Cancer North Node. Welcome to your update for October 2022. This is going to go from mid-October to mid-November approximately, or 30 days from whenever you see this video. So let me grab your relationship cards here. Cancer North Node, we have 2 cards. Freedom. The energy of freedom supports our sense of limitless possibility and potential, boundless expression, and bold exploration. And then we have balance. The frequency of balance supports our ability to find harmony with all aspects of our 3-dimensional and multidimensional layers of reality. So, and you see that these are mirroring each other, 21 and 12. So, Cancer North Node, what I'm seeing for you is that while you crave freedom, your freedom needs to be balanced with consideration for the other person on the other side of whatever relationship you're looking at, because this is not restricted to, sorry, I keep shaking the table, I'm shaking the camera. It's not just romantic relationships, it's about giving and taking in balance. And you also need to understand that does not always, we're not talking about you being necessarily the one who always is taking more than you give. You could be giving more than you take. And this is why there has been unhappiness or disappointment in how relationships have turned out. So they want you to look at how you've expressed your freedom in relationships and how you approach balance in relationships. I'm just going to go right into the tarot. So we have the 2 of Cups in reverse, or 2 of Water in reverse. We have number 8, which is death and rebirth. In this deck, this deck is very different from the traditional tarot, but I love it. I love this deck. So, and then we have the Sage and the Hero. The Hero, so the Sage is major arcana, but the Hero is a court card. This 12 of Fire, which is also the Knight of Fire. In the Two of Water, I'm getting honoring yourself and your emotions. You are going through, so right in the center, you have 2 major arcana. You are going through a intense transformation at the moment. And a lot of your wisdom is being activated. And this is not about learning. This is about knowing. That doesn't mean that you don't have to do work in fire action. You don't have to do work to ground that into physical reality. However, it's something that will seemingly feel like it's coming out of nowhere. And they're putting these 3 cards together for me. You have like this golden egg, this spark where, you are growing and old parts of yourself are still protecting this new tender being that is coming. The sage has that light in his staff, and then the hero is just all about that fire. So there is a need to have strong boundaries around you at this time while you do this transition, while you harmonize everything that's coming at you from other dimensions, from your multidimensional self. All of your expansion and growth is being grounded, so you need to be your own hero. And I'm seeing like the Knight of Wands is actively defending everything here. Because of this transition, because it seems to be so deep, Cancer North Node, I feel like you are more vulnerable than usual. And that's not to say that you're in danger, but it's more like your sense of self is you're still forming. Your understanding of yourself in this new perspective, with this new wisdom, is still forming. So it is really important for you to make sure that you are spending adequate time in your own energy so that you can understand yourself better. And also understand that you are in a point where anything that you could desire, you can plant now. It's also about, with this 2 of Cups in reverse, it's also about freeing yourself from anything that you think should happen, who was right, who was wrong, type of thing. There are some relationship wounds to be healed. There are wounds that planted or that exposed. No, what's the word you're looking for? Yeah, planted seeds of unworthiness. So you may also be limited in how you think relationships would play out. Getting along with a boss or a coworker, being recognized in certain situations, having friends who understand you and love you unconditionally for all of your quirks and whatever. There may be something that is blocking that understanding, blocking that possibility in your belief system, right? There's a belief that's blocking that. But the universe and the divine wants you to know that there is limitless possibility and potential, but obviously not if you already have determined that that's not something that you're going to find. And there's things in you that people just don't like or something. Like, you're not for everybody. Some people are for more people than others, but that doesn't mean that you're any better or any worse than anyone else, right? We all find our niche. You have make each day count, messages from the guides. Oops. We have worry is a wasted emotion. We have forgive yourself. Oop. Be of service. Death is an illusion. Right by the death and rebirth card. I usually take 7. Love is your energy. And what else? I think they want this one. Stay open-minded. Yeah, stay open-minded. So balance is not something that happens overnight. Changing your relationships, changing yourself. You just have to do a little bit each day and not really concern yourself about what you didn't accomplish today. Just focus on what you did accomplish. You have to forgive yourself for any shortcomings or anything in relationships where you feel that you were the one at fault. They do want you to understand, be of service, that sometimes when you piss people off in relationships and people don't like you, it's because they need to get over themselves. Or they needed that lesson from you. So don't worry about it. Death is an illusion. If you're feeling any type of resistance to this transformation, just know that you will still have access to everything that you're, let's say, leaving behind now, especially if you want to dig into it later for wisdom to share or, but you have to give the complete moving forward a chance. Because love is your energy and all of this is happening for your highest good, and stay open-minded about what the future could look like. Your freedom is found when you balance yourself, your needs and other people's needs, give and take, being of service and self-care and self-love, which seems to be lacking a little bit here, and your multidimensional self, like your high spiritual self, and your 3D, let's have a barbecue and drink some beer self, or whatever your your 3D vices are. Yeah. Oh, you have one more card coming, Cancer. I always end up a little bit longer with Cancer. This calcite. This looks like peach calcite specifically, but you have calcite relaxation. Yeah, you're going to want to look up peach calcite or calcite and see what its properties are and how it relates to your specific situation right now. But do take time to be in your own energy and not do anything in particular. Just relax. Bath, book, movie, walk, window shopping, something that is relaxing to you. And I'm feeling that you should be doing it on your own. Okay, Cancer North Node, that is what I have for you today. All the best, and I will see you in about 30 days. Until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now. Hello, Capricorn North Node. Welcome to your reading for October 2022, your update, that is. And this will go from mid-October to mid-November, or 30 days from whenever you encounter this video. I'm going to pull your relationship cards now. Should get 2, unless there's the decision to only have 1 this time, but all the other signs got 2, so we'll see. Oop, okay, we'll take that one. Oops. Oh. Doesn't feel like that one though. I'll take both. And then this. So you get 3. So first one that came out was authenticity. The energy of authenticity supports our choice to be genuine and truthful in all aspects of our lives with others as well as ourselves, as with ourselves. Attraction. The energy of attraction amplifies the qualities that attract and support us on our journey toward inner balance and harmony. And the third one is strength, number 38, which adds up to 11, they'd like me to tell you. The frequency of strength supports our ability to harmonize all our qualities and skills toward a strong and balanced way of being. So what I'm getting for you as part of your relationships that they would like you to focus on is how you show up in relationships. Are you genuine in what you show people? Are you more concerned with them liking you than being attracted to you? This is about also having the strength to say, people may be attracted to you, but you may not, feel the same way about them, or you feel that regardless of the fact that they like you, they don't appreciate, respect, or love you in the way that your soul needs. And are you able to discern and also stand up for that in your relationships? So if you're looking at relationships of the past, also jobs and other let's say friendships and situations where people were attracted to your energy. Were you being authentic at the time? Do you feel that they saw you in an authentic way? And if not, how did you respond to that? Should you have ended that relationship sooner? Or in what ways did you then not really quite benefit the way you would have liked to in those relationships? So you're looking at why you're attracted to certain people, why people have been attracted to you in the past, and if it has been really to the tune of how your soul vibrates, the truth of your being. And the strength card is also saying there's parts of yourself that you don't necessarily like as much, and you may not find that people would find attractive, so you may hide them away. But if you do some investigation, you will probably find, because they're pointing me in a very clear direction, you will probably find that there's a good portion of relationships in your life. They don't have to be just romantic. In your life now, or in your evolution, where the friction came when they got to know you, and you may hold that as people don't like me once they get to know me, but it's actually you don't let them see you fully in the beginning, and so then the friction comes later when it starts to be, you can't hold a mask forever, right? And as someone gets closer and closer into your inner circle and sees you in your everyday, then you find out. And yes, one could say, isn't that true for all relationships? But they would like you to look at particularly how it affects you, and how much weight that has in how your relationships have played out, either to your benefit or not. Ooh, there we go. Sorry, I have to come back to the table because I just kind of went on my brain took me, I don't know how to describe it when the message comes and then I forget where I am. So Here we have our tarot cards. We have the Four of Fire, the Scribe, and 4. Oh, you have 2 4s and a 12. 4 of Earth. Yep, 4 and 4, but the Scribe is in reverse, and so is the 4 of Earth. So the Four of Fire is telling me that there's a need for focus on what you want in relationships. And I will say, disclaimer again, we're not just talking about romantically, because our lives are filled with relationships, neighbors, friends, bus driver, even though they may be short interactions, but there are people you see every day and interact with every day, right? And then there's your boss and your coworkers, for example, and so on and so forth. And family, don't forget family. So you do need to have some more focus on what it is you really want out of your relationships, and how you want to feel in relationships is very important. What is your sun, your northern star, what does that look like? Because if you don't articulate it, then they're not. Part of me wants to say they're not able to give it to you, but it's more, they more want me to say you're not able to create it if you can't even define part of what it is. Even if you don't know exactly, I want a house on this street that has this many rooms and a garden in the back. It doesn't have to be that specific, but how do you want to feel in your relationships, in your life? How would you what is your ideal feeling? Idea, they want me to say too. What is your idea that you want to follow through with as well? The Scribe in reverse. Yeah, there's blockages to you writing your own story. There's blockages to you pulling your own weight. There's blockages to you, I don't want to keep saying blockages, but that's the words they're giving me, blockages to you really embracing your full strength as well. Because the reason they want you to know, so I'm going to show you here in the card, so here is fresh wounds. Here looks like it's healed a bit, right? But it's all part of the greater picture or ability of strength. Those wounds did not necessarily make this. Your wounds don't necessarily make you weak. They only make you weak if you're not, if you remain victim of them long after the deed has been done, right? Or the wrongdoing, or, right, when you replay it in your mind, or when you think that you are somehow lesser because of it. The wounds have lessons for you, and you need to integrate them in this time. They're also saying, as much as we want you to be in touch with your emotions, there is a need for you to have some objectivity. Capricorn North Node, very practical steps on, you may need very practical steps on how to heal and get over certain things that you've experienced. Very practical steps to like a shadow journal, because they're showing me like self-help books where there's space for you to write. like those type of working through things in very objective ways. So I'm going to get some messages from the guides. Journey within. Got some falling on the floor here. Never judge another. This goes here. Know your truth. Your beliefs are right for you. So I could already say there is, we're talking about you going back and kind of looking over your relationships and finding out, were you really who you truly are, or are you really showing who you truly are? Never judge another. I find the harshest, the person that you criticize or judge the most harshly is yourself. So know your truth and your beliefs are right for you is something like get to know yourself as you would want to get to know like a really, interesting friend or a romantic interest. Ask for guidance. Yeah, you should make a plan of how you're going to, once you find wounds, or if you know exactly which wounds I'm talking about, making a practical plan, release toxic relationships, making a practical plan of how to process those emotions. That's kind of a daily, 5-10 minute type of thing is probably it'll get you more progress than something like big and dramatic. Be yourself. Yeah. Find ways on the day-to-day to be yourself and to express yourself bit by bit, and make it a habit to be, because what they want you to make being authentic second nature / being like, make it a habit is what I keep hearing. And make your healing journey also a habit rather than some one-time thing that has to happen, in this next 30 days. I'm going to pull your final crystal. Ooh, okay, Master Teacher card, Divine Temple. I may have to grab the book for this one because it's as you see, it's like a clear quartz, but it's just in this amazing castle, temple, on a mountaintop type shape. Source. Yeah, because I feel this card warrants me checking exactly how the creator intended the energy, or what energy created this card in the first place. Okay, so this crystal is composed of clear and smoky quartz and sometimes amethyst. It's related to all the chakras. And it invites you to enter deeply into the inner temple to receive divine wisdom and love from the universe. It restores your deep connection to self and allows you to experience inner peace and clarity. Yes, reaching deep states of meditation and group bonding and connection is also. So what I'm getting from this is that this whole acceptance of yourself and going within and is how this card is encouraging you. Now, for every other sign, they got a crystal that you can buy in the store. I have no idea if this crystal is in the store. So, the message of the Divine Temple is that you have been created in the eyes of love, and there are no mistakes in you. So someone does need to hear, there's not a fault in you as to why certain relationships did not work out or did not work in your favor, or why, if you find that people are treating you over and over again in the same way and you keep going through situations and coming out kind of with the same disappointment or negative experience, that is why you need to make investigating this an everyday thing. And something that you do for yourself, your healing, your growth. Yeah. And ultimately, so that you can love yourself enough that you expect more from others, right? You expect to be treated a certain way, and it's easy to walk away when you're not getting that. All right, Capricorn North Node, that is your update for October. I'll see you again in approximately 30 days. Until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now. Hello, Leo North Node. Welcome to your update for October 2022. This will go from mid-October to mid-November, or 30 days from whenever you see this reading. I'm going to grab your relationship cards. Open the reading. So we have balance, which is card 12. The frequency of balance supports our ability to find harmony with all aspects of our three-dimensional and multidimensional layers of reality. And then you have joy. The energy of joy activates our feelings of happiness and well-being and supports a high vibrational frequency in our being. So what they would like you to focus on or direct your attention to this month is the balance of give and take in your relationships, and how often you sacrifice your own joy or pleasure for what you perceive to be, the compromise, best outcome for the group. Why? Because you are Leo North Node and also Aquarius South Node. And Aquarius is a very philanthropic energy. Community, working in the group, working for the good of the group, and individual needs seem to kind of fade into the background, or you get pleasure out of the whole group being satisfied and benefiting. However, as a Leo North Node, you do need to embrace stepping into the limelight, stepping into the spotlight, and taking on leadership roles, and also just prioritizing your own pleasure. Pleasure doesn't feel like the right word. Your own joy. Just, if you want me to use the word joy again, prioritizing your own joy. So let's get your tarot. We have the Ace of Earth in reverse, the Six of Air also in reverse, and Desire in reverse. So we have quite a bit of reverse energy here, which is not bad and also not a surprise, given that we're kind of looking to learn lessons from our relationships this month. I feel there's a slowdown and a reprioritization in general. I feel that there's opportunity in front of you that has to do with you here stepping into the limelight to be seen, but there may be a fear holding you back of, if people see me, then they're going to see all of these not so attractive things about me as well. And they want you to know that, yeah, that may very well be so, but some people will not find it unattractive. Other people will. You can't be everybody's darling. That should not be a reason that you keep yourself from wanting. And they're pointing here to me like, here's this dragon in the middle who is very obviously like fire element. So I'm seeing, even though it's a dragon, I do see a lion because of when I first looked at it, I see a lion because of this kind of mane energy, although it's not a mane, but you understand what I'm saying. So I feel like there is a part of you that wants to step fully into something where you are more, where it's more satisfying to you, it's more of a passion for you, but you've been holding back. And they want you to look at how that plays out kind of in the quote unquote in the micro scale on your day-to-day interactions in your various relationships. How many times do you put your joy and your passion and your spark on the back burner for the sake of, whoever or whatever? They're also pointing me to like a balance of time. You may feel you never have time to pursue certain passions, but you do find time to help people in a bind, or to, just giving me the example of like pick someone up from somewhere when they don't have a ride, or, you find time to help people, but you don't seem to find time to help yourself. And this is blocking your manifestation, some blessings that are kind of in the waiting for you in terms of earthly, material blessings, because you have to fully desire them. You have to let the desire run free. Make each day count, finding some time each day to focus on your passions. Worry is a wasted emotion. Let's just get all these cards. Forgive yourself. Release toxic relationships. I'm getting the sense that some of you are in imbalanced relationships where the person is actually very comfortable with you putting yourself second, third, fourth, and fifth. And that's not a relationship that you should continue. Like, regardless of the fact that you may be in part allowing it by putting yourself on the back burner, you still want to have friends who really ask you, like, are you sure? Like, I could do that on my own. You need some time to yourself today. Don't worry about it, right? So we have love is your energy, thoughts create your reality, and follow the golden rule. So the guides are saying here, putting yourself first is not it's not a selfish act. You're not intentionally trying to hurt anyone else. You're just taking care of yourself first because, you're responsible for your own vibration. If you're carrying some gaslighting trauma, you try to do your best by someone or in a relationship. It could be a parent, it could be a family member, it could be work as well, is a place where people tend to give and not get recognized, and they always the boss may always want more from you. If you're carrying that, just remember that love is your energy, right? Know that what your intentions are. Understand what your intentions are for going about your life in a certain way. And when you start prioritizing yourself, also know why. And there's just a lot of stuff coming up around like you giving towards a relationship and people still telling you that you're selfish, or it's not being recognized how much you give and sacrifice your joy for others. So it's time to start thoughts create your reality. It's time to start thinking, like acknowledging that you act, like the intentions that you act from. It's time to start acknowledging the intentions that you act from, especially when your intentions are very good, right? And if other people don't recognize it, then worry is a wasted emotion. You have to let that go. Follow the golden rule. Continue to be the loving and giving and community-minded person that you may feel very comfortable being. Just also give yourself the same. I feel this is follow the golden rule in like do to yourself. Treat yourself how you treat other people. I'm going to grab a crystal for you. So you can just look up the meaning of this crystal online and see what resonates for you and its properties and its vibration. You can purchase this crystal if you want, but you do not have to. You could also meditate on a photo of the crystal and still get benefits as well. So here, your crystal for today, for the month, is Boji Stone's Balance, which is, how your reading began is how your reading ends. Balancing your needs and the needs of others, balancing being a leader and being community-minded, and learning from your past relationships and in terms of how balanced or imbalanced were they, not restricted to romantic relationships. If you sit down and think of like the top 3 that are kind of in your energy field right now, they will come to you very instantaneously, like the top 3 that you should be that you should take a look at the moment. That is what I have for you today, Leo North Node. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you again in approximately 30 days. Until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now. Hello, Aquarius North Node. Welcome to your North Node update for October 2022. This reading will be from mid-October to mid-November, or the next 30 days whenever you encounter this video. I'll get your relationship cards. Oh, that was easy. So, Aquarius North Node, you have the 7th chakra. The energy of the crown chakra supports our feeling of being connected to a higher power and part of a larger whole. And then sensuality, the frequency of sensuality reminds us that as spirits in human bodies, we are sensual beings, experiencing joy and pleasure from the physical world through our senses. So what I have, what I'm getting from this is your relationship to your body, and you seeing your body as kind of as a divine vessel. So when we look at relationships, you may be called to look at any relationships where you were not embraced as a whole being. So someone may have objectified you, or you may have objectified yourself, or you may have objectified others. I'm getting objectification here, and also like a disconnect between your spiritual self and romance and sex. I'm almost feeling like a disconnect between, like, the sensuality part is not well developed. It quickly goes towards sexuality instead of sensuality. And your relationship with your intuition as well, your intuition as in physical responses, your physical intuition, or your intuition as it shows up in your physical body. Did I read the sensuality card? I don't even remember. The frequency of sensuality reminds us that as spirits in human bodies, we are sensual beings experiencing joy and pleasure from the physical world through our senses. In case I didn't read it, but I for sure they were prompting me to read it again if I did read it the first time. And you notice that the colors are kind of similar, even though the sensuality card has some orange and some red. You know, there's still a lot of purple in there to represent this being, you know, a divine portal, your senses being a portal as well, for you to feel divinely connected, and not just in sexuality, but in your day-to-day life. We have card 15, abundance. We have 2 of fire, and we have 11, which is the page of earth, 11 of earth, which is heaven and earth, which is basically what this is saying here. So, okay, some of you, pleasure has a shame connection due to the religious system that you were brought up in, or the value system that you were brought up in. I say religious because of 7th chakra, crown chakra, connection to the divine. That's what I got first off the bat. And this disconnect from your senses, or not allowing yourself to really experience your body. Sensuality does not have to do with sexuality necessarily, right? You can be sensual all by yourself, and you can experience a euphoric feeling from, you know, smelling flowers, touching, you know, most people like to pet furry animals, for example. They're comforted by it. You know, to see the sky on a really beautiful day. So your senses providing joy, and your senses as a connection to the divine that's all around you. And you need to recognize that type of abundance in your life in order to get to this abundance here. So I have and the 2 is in the middle, kind of, I feel you're split in a way. Your divinity and your sensuality do not intersect, at least not as much as they should. And so take that as it resonates. It may not be as obvious to you in the beginning as when I say it, but maybe with some meditation and with some thought, it will come to you. And that's what they want you to explore within yourself, and also look at your relationships to see, you know, do you date one type of person for sexual pleasure, but do not consider them like a life partner? And then when you're looking for a life partner, you don't even include sensuality and sexuality as part of that equation. There's an imbalance there. So I'm pulling some messages from the guides. I'll pull about 7 cards. And I'm already seeing things that are coming out that I just... Okay. So, start here. We have death is an illusion. Follow the golden rule. Let go of ego. there's any shame around your body, that's also something that needs to be released and something that you have to be aware of, whether or not you're projecting that onto other people, because you also have understand your body. Have an attitude of gratitude. Patience is a virtue, and be of service. So what the learning curve that you're on right now may be something that you will eventually share with others, but you don't have to keep that in the forefront of your mind right now. Right now, there needs to occur an unconditional acceptance of your body and all that it is. So not dirty, not shameful, not flawed. Have an attitude of gratitude for everything that your body is. You were not given any bodily function, sensation that you need to feel ashamed about, or that you have to control, lock down. And what you do want to change or coming to terms with that is a process, because you see here the Two of Wands, and you have patience as a virtue here. I feel that it will definitely take time for you to merge these two sides of yourself, or clear up whatever thoughts that you have that are keeping you from integrating your spirituality and your sensuality. Death is an illusion. If you're letting go of long-held beliefs, or especially if it was like a religious indoctrination, your ego may feel, let go of ego, your ego may feel like its whole world is crumbling around it, right? And the ego really fights against being destructed or being wiped out, right? And this is not what's happening, right? You are just evolving and understanding yourself and the world in within a more expanded sense, right? Hiddenite, gratitude. I have be of service coming as be of service to your body as well. Give your body what it needs. Food, exercise, fresh air, and sensuality, stimulation of your senses, bath, certain scents, certain fabrics on your skin. Hiddenite is coming out as your crystal that you can look up. You can Google Hiddenite crystal properties, and it will tell you all of the work that it does. Right? And you can see how that resonates with you individually. But here for the general reading, it's about really truly from your heart being grateful for your vessel, your physical vessel. And building that relationship within the next 30 days. That's it? Okay, that's it. So, Aquarius, North Node, I wish you all the best, and I will see you again in about 30 days' time. Until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now. Hello, Virgo North Node. Welcome to your update for October 2022. This will go from mid-October to mid-November, or 30 days from whenever you encounter this video. I will pull your relationship cards. There we go. Virgo North Node, you have Integrity, card 25. The energy of integrity supports our choice to be consistently truthful and honest while being guided by high moral standards. And number 39, Surrender. The energy of surrender supports us to let go of illusionary control and yield to the flow of love and life. Okay, so with regards to your relationships, and these don't have to be romantic relationships, they could be friendships, work relationships, neighbors, and of course, yes, sexual partners. They would like you to look at how much control you seek to have in your relationships, and if your need to be in control also affects your ability to have integrity in a relationship. The word that's coming to mind is manipulation. This doesn't mean that you could be a control freak and not know it. You could very well know it. You could also just be used to things being you like to have things a certain way, and your ego has a very tight hold on it, or influences you very strongly to try to keep things a certain way. And sometimes that then throws us out of our ability to be truthful and honest, and because it becomes more important to have things the way we want them to be than for us to be in flow and anchored by our moral standards. Now, I'm sorry if that seems harsh to anybody, but that is what's coming out with these two cards. This also is coming up as there's possibly times that you should have let people go because they don't meet your moral standards, your inner standards, your moral standards, but you've wanted to be in control, or you wanted to keep something that, all of us, when we are faced with losing something, often the first emotion that comes up is fear. But it's how far you go with that. And so you're to look at the things that you should have let go of because they didn't resonate with you. So relationships that you allowed to go on for too long, and that could also be staying in a job for too long, living somewhere too long. When you set that question, like when you lay your head down at night, for example, likely the first 2 or 3 will just come to you very easily when your resistance is down. You ask the question, which relationships did I fail to surrender? Or did I resist surrendering to my own detriment? And then boom, boom, boom. So you'll think of somebody or and it may not even be the person or situation that you think is most likely. It could be something that you thought really nothing of. But this is the pattern that they want you to discover between integrity and surrender. So you have abundance in reverse. You have the Queen of Air in reverse. And you have the Mother. So what I'm getting here is that the reason why they're asking you to look at these relationships or this theme in your relationships is because it has blocked you from the flow of abundance in your life. Why? Because you're doubting your intuition / overthinking. It's like you have the wisdom within, but you're kind of rationalizing it away. The Queen of Air is not working in your favor here. And you could be interpreting kind of knee-jerk emotional trigger reactions or reactions that are basically there to protect you from being taken out of your comfort zone, you are interpreting them as rational reasons when really it's like coming from fear. And that's where the mother comes in. It's like, yep, I hear you. I understand that this is difficult, but the mother always has your best interest at heart, even if there are some things that are for her difficult for you, right? No, sorry. There are some things that are difficult for her to let go of, but it's for your best interest. So that's kind of what you need here. You need a feeling inside yourself of everything is going to be okay. Or stepping into the unknown, or we're letting go of something and we don't know what's going to replace it, but everything is going to be, you're held and you're safe. And notice that there is a lot of, between the mother energy and the integrity and surrender card, you have a lot of green, earthy, grounded, heart chakra energy. You need an inner knowing that everything will be okay regardless of the ebbs and flows. Right? Because the control that you think you have in your relationships, you don't have. You're actually just blocking your flow of abundance when the universe is trying to direct you away from somebody or some place or something. And you hold on to it for dear life because you're afraid of the unknown or of discomfort. I'm going to take the messages from the guides. We have lead by example. Your beliefs are right for you. Like attracts like. Give without expectation. Kindness counts. You are here for a reason. I'm going to take one more. Oh, 3 more came out. Okay, I'm going to take them all. Don't relinquish your power. Never judge another and ask for guidance. Okay. Ooh. What I'm getting here is that when you feel like you're losing control, it also, your moral compass kind of changes, right? Your top priority becomes protecting yourself and being in control of the situation. I'm not going to go through each of these cards. I'll let them jump out to you as it feels right to you. I'll just speak about the whole energy that's coming out from all of this. Yeah. Do pay attention to where you were less than ethical in a relationship because you wanted to stay in control. And as a means of protecting yourself. They're reminding you that, so I'm feeling that some of you have a temper when you don't get your way, especially when you don't get your way. And the word manipulative is coming up again, and I'm not trying to call anybody out or put anyone down. It's about so the word is when you need to be right at all costs to the point where you start to waver in your integrity, right? You just, because it's such a burn to your ego to be wrong, right? when I see this never judge another card, I feel like the person that you're really judging is yourself most of the time. Because they're reminding you that like attracts like. So if you are in constant contact with someone who, you know, you don't like the way that they move through the world, you don't like the way they talk, the way they dress, or whatever, or something about their character, like attracts like. So there has to be something in your vibration that is, you know, calling that in for you to learn from. So don't give up your power in, you know, blaming and judging and engaging in, you know, not so loving behavior. Be kind to yourself and to others. Your beliefs are right for you, are coming right by this integrity card. So it's going to be important for you in the next 30 days as well to really get down to the nitty-gritty of what your beliefs are and how you live them, and dedicate yourself to living them. Don't be afraid to ask for guidance from a elder or a more motherly, nurturing figure. They could be male or female, but just someone who holds a lot of warm, nurturing space for you. The other thing that's jumping out with the give without expectation is just don't stop keeping score. Stop keeping score. And your final card is Emerald Compassion. So you can look up, you can Google emerald crystal properties, and there's all these different pages where you can read about, you know, emeralds, metaphysical properties, on your spirit, on your emotions, on your physical body and such, and you can see how that resonates with you. I want to leave that open for you to explore further within the next 30 days. But compassion is coming up for, as in, all in all, you need to soften some, relinquish your control, and just be, and allow your spirit to surface and speak to you. And if you, when you're looking at these relationships in the past, you see some things that you're not really interested in, like that you have resistance to going through, or to, like, they're very uncomfortable feelings, just meet them with compassion for yourself, first and foremost. That is it, Virgo North Node. I will see you again in about 30 days. Until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now. Hello, Pisces North Node. Welcome to your update for October 2022. This will go from mid-October to mid-November, or 30 days from whenever you encounter this video. I'm going to pull your relationship cards now. Relationships. Okay. We have originality. Sorry about the squeakiness of my stool here. Originality. The frequency of originality supports our capacity to be unique and original creators of unlimited possibilities in every moment. And connection. The frequency of connection supports our ability to find alignment and resonance with others, things, and ideas. So what they would like you to look at in your relationships is I feel that originality is different than authenticity. Authenticity is also a card in this deck. That's the thing. Ooh, okay. So what I'm getting here is that they want you to look at whether you keep, let's say, you have expectations about certain relationships, and therefore those expectations determine how the relationship actually goes. So you may be repeating patterns unconsciously because, you know, oh, I've I'm just putting this one out there. I've dated a DJ before, and I know how that goes. So, you know, you don't necessarily trust the person when they go out at night, because the last time that you dated a DJ, they were running around and always with, you know, taking people home from the club and whatever, right? So you don't give the next DJ that you meet a chance to be different. This is, or you live next to a neighbor from a certain country, and that neighbor was mean and always gossiping. And so now that you live next to another person from that part of the world, you already come with that energy into the relationship. So they want you to really look at whether or not, like, where you're going into relationships always with the idea that it's going to be a certain way based on your past experiences, and where you can bring that spirit of originality, that you can, originality in meaning that you can also create a different situation, that you now have the chance to create a different connection, a different quality of connection. And understanding that each time that you encounter a person, that they are an original, right? And you have to give that chance for there to be an original, aligned connection. You're always aligning with someone new, or someone unique. So be cautious, aware of judging things too quickly, or already putting things in a box that does not allow them the freedom to develop and show you something new. You have Page of Air, which is body, mind. The is Four of Water. And Nine of Water. In reverse. So those are both in reverse. Yeah. Some of you may be dealing with trauma responses, so defensive responses to certain energies, certain people, certain places, certain things, because of something that has happened in the past. And it needs to be cleared. And yeah, others of you are just holding on to expectations of how you think things should be or should have been. I'm getting this in the upright body and mind, and here's like all this emotion that seems stuck, yet it wants to flow. The 4 and the 9. Yeah, you need a cleansing. A cleansing of, and if you actually have the ability to go to, well, it's kind of, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, it's getting cool in most places. But if you have the ability to go to water, even if you can't go in it, it would be good. You can cleanse yourself emotionally also in the shower, by just asking the water from the shower to cleanse you of any stagnant energy that's no longer serving your highest good. But that's something that needs to happen. And seeing in these two cards in particular, the 4 of Water is really cleansing yourself of all images of yourself or all interpretations of the past that do not serve you moving forward. And the 9 of Cups or 9 of Water here is, also asking you could also visualize cleansing. They're showing me the third eye here. You could also visualize cleansing, asking your guides, asking for cleansing from a certain star, visualizing your higher guides. You can also ask and do like an archangel meditation to cleanse yourself of anything that is preventing you from moving into relationships with originality. So I'm going to take messages from your guides now. We have make each day count. This all. We'll take about 7 cards from this deck. Ask for guidance. Like attracts like. Express your feelings. Accept struggles as lessons. Inspire others. Lead by example. I think I should have taken a different one or another one. There we go. And never judge another. So what I'm getting here is that this is not going to happen in one full fell swoop. It's not going to happen overnight. This is a day-to-day process of releasing expectations, judgments, biases, because with never judge another and accept struggles as lessons, they want you to realize, don't blame. You've been through some difficult things, some things that didn't go your way, relationships that, don't bring up positive memories for you, but let's not focus too much on judging the other person. Let's focus on what the lesson is in there. And yeah, you may need to ask, we should always be asking for guidance from our guides and our higher self. You could also ask for guidance in the 3D by, I'm seeing some of you getting a book on forgiveness would be helpful, for example. Most people don't like the like attracts like card, but what is it? And this is more about, the energy that you're entering relationships in. Recognize that the energy that you're entering relationships in is already determining how the relationship will go, unless the other person is, watching these readings and saying, let me try to change the vibe. But if you go into a situation where the other person has to prove to you that they're not as crappy as your last experience with a similar person in a certain job position or from a certain place, then you often will come up disappointed. So you should do that for yourself, and do express your feelings so that they can flow. And if you cannot express it to a person, I'm getting some of you should do talk therapy, but if you can't express it to a person, then at least write it, record it, sing it. There's a lot of power to using your actual voice as opposed to writing. I do both. So take it as it resonates, and also try both and see what makes you feel good. We have, I always forget how to pronounce this, crosoite, I'm going to say, sexuality, which is interesting because I didn't feel any sexuality in any of this. But I feel so I want you to look up this crystal. Just Google crosoite crystal properties, and you can read all of it, a lot about them, and see what part of its vibration resonates with you at this time. What I'm getting here is sexuality. We're talking about fertility and vitality. So your ability to be creative and be a creator, and reigniting some passions you have, reigniting your zest for life and your, because I think the last time in your 3-month reading, something about apathy came up. And so you're like, yeah, you know, all men are like this, all women are like this, all bosses are like this, all jobs in this industry are like this. You know, it's, you've become complacent in certain areas of your life, and they want you to be revitalized and understand the creativity that you can bring to these connections, right? And to be excited every time that you get to make a connection with somebody or something. All right, Pisces North Node, that is what I have for you today. I will see you again in about 30 days. Until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now.